Welcome, welcome to Duchenne Diaries, episode number 31. As you can tell, I kind of had to play on words with the title of this one, My Pet Cemetery. It's kind of meant as a joke, but it's kind of being serious because that's actually what I'm going to tell you about all of my pets that I've had over the years in our area where we kind of buried them all in the same general area around this tree that's in the yard. Um, so I guess some backstory around the tree. So the house that I grew up in and that I'm sitting in right now, um, the land was bought in 1997. They broke ground in 1998, and we moved in 1999. So there's a tree that's at the end. It's about, I don't know, go to our garage door. That's about 100 feet outside of the garage door, maybe not even it all around there in various spots. That's why the stump has never been removed, even though it is rotted. So basically, I'm just going to go through. I'm going to tell you the name of the pet that I have, what kind of animal it was, around the time, what time period, what years, potentially, if I can remember, that we had that animal. And then, yeah, so I'll start off with Spike. Spike was the dog that my parents actually had before I was born. He was a all-white English bulldog. He was 11 years old when he died. He was losing his eyesight. He was going deaf. There were some places where he didn't have any hair on his body just because he was old and it had worn off. So yeah, Spike the English Bulldog was the first one. And then we had Rex, my iguana. We didn't have him for very long. I'm not really sure exactly what happened to him, but he was, I don't really know how old he was, but he was probably about 18 inches long or so when he died. So he's out there somewhere. We didn't quite get the burial. The dogs get their favorite blanket and their favorite toy buried with them. He just got a shoebox, and that was pretty much it for him. Then we had Spike, another Spike, but this time it was a lizard. It was a bearded dragon, and he had some kind of there was something wrong with him. Something internally wrong with him, so he didn't grow right. So he only got to be about 6 to 8 inches long, even though we had him for like a year or two. So yeah, he died. He was in a plastic bag inside of the box. How we put him out there. They're in different locations, but pretty much around the same tree. And then we had Oliver. Story behind those other dogs we had, but we had to give one of them away. But then Oliver came, which was my stepdad's dog, and actually it was his ex-wife's dog, and she didn't take the dog with her, so he had it. Him and his sons, which are my stepbrothers, lived together when they had the dog. One of them had a cat. We didn't let the cat come over here, but we did let the dog Oliver. He was a miniature pinscher. I just remember he had a purple collar, and he always smelled kind of funny. And he had one eye from getting into something when he was little, and nobody knows what exactly it was he got in. So, yeah, Oliver only had one eye. And then after he died, we had Zoe, which is an English Bulldog puppy. She actually only lived till she was like 5. But we did have one litter of puppies with her. And then we had Diesel, which is the male that we bred Zoe with. We got him when he was like a year or two old. There was the first people that had him couldn't take care of him anymore, so we took him and decided to take care of him. And we got his paperwork all straightened out, made sure he was okay, and we decided to use him as the male to breed Zoe. So then, when we bred Zoe, of course, there was 9 puppies and 8 of them survived. So of course the next one is, there was the one puppy that didn't make it. It was the last one to come out of the sack, so they couldn't save him. But she didn't have any way to feed more than 8 of them anyways. So that was what happened with him. You have some interesting pets. My sister had a hermit crab. It's buried out there somewhere. I don't know what its name was or anything. Of course, we had fish, all the fish we've had. Some of them have either been flushed down in the drain, so they're either in the septic tank, which is actually at the opposite end of the house from the tree where the rest of the animals are, or they were actually buried. And then finally, on this recent pet that we had that is not still living, that died recently, was Liberty or Libby. She was actually the one that we kept out of the litter of puppies that we got from Zoe and Diesel. So I didn't say. So Zoe died when she was 5. We don't know what from. Diesel died when he was like 7 from having seizures. And then Liberty died when she was 8 at the vet's office after she'd had a medical procedure. And I don't know if you know much about English bulldogs, but they get hot really easily, so you have to keep them cool. And the cage they had her in didn't have enough ventilation, so she basically suffocated after she had the surgery and got overheated. So basically, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, and the little dog only lived to be about 10 or 11, so I mean, she probably wouldn't be alive still now anyways, but that was still very frustrating and kind of upsetting. But, so yeah, that's my pet cemetery in my yard. So this is the end of the video, episode number 31. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Also hit the little bell to get alerted to new episodes that I have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.